Safari, maybe to let us know where cool animals are or anything like that. So listen up while we're out there on the reserve, just in case he does check in with us. Now, if you have anything in your hands like hats, bags, sunglasses, cameras, small children, anything like that, make sure you're holding onto it really tightly because we can't stop and pick up anything if it falls over the side of the truck. So if anything does, just let me know and we'll try and get it back to you as soon as we can, but it might be when we get back from our safari. So we'll make sure you're hanging on to everything. Looks like we're clear, so let's check in with our warden. Airborne warden, this is Simba 1. Do you copy? Jumbo Wilson, we are entering the reserve at Little Eatery Forest. Over.
I'm Jumbo, Simba 1. Keep your eyes open and drive carefully. You should see lots of animals.
Wilson, 4. Sounds good to me, Wilson. Over there on our right side, it does look like there are two big dark brown animals over there. They have black and white striped legs, kind of like zebra, but they are called okapi. Okapi are not related to zebras at all, even though they have striped legs. They're the only known relative of a giraffe. They are very, very shy and very, very reserved, kind of like giraffes are. Because of that, they were only discovered in about 1901. Watering holes like this one on our left are usually pretty good places for finding some of the rare species that live out here on the reserve. Especially here in the forest, because they'll come out of their hiding places in the trees and they'll give us a little better view of them while they drink some water. Let's keep coming around here. We'll see if we can find any cool animals. The sun is helping too. Oh, over on our right side, a little bit, kind of on top of that little hill there, a couple of really big black and white birds. They have long orange beaks. They are called saddle-billed storks. They are one of the tallest storks in Africa. They'll be about 5 feet tall with a wingspan of around 8 to 9 feet when they're fully grown. So they're pretty big. Just up here on our left side, it looks like there is a greater kudu here, this big light brown animal down here. They are the second tallest antelope species in all of Africa. They'll grow to be about 750 pounds when they're fully grown. So they're pretty large as well. We're going to make our way out of Little Eatery Forest. We'll head over towards the Safi River and we'll see if we can find any Nile hippos over there. Sometimes hippos can be a little bit hard to see during the day because they'll spend about most of the day in the water so that they don't overheat. And usually they'll only come up onto the banks at nighttime so that they can eat. I don't know if I see any here on our right side. We're going to keep moving up a little more over into the bend in the river. We'll see if we can find any over there. Well, let's see here. Looks like we're just about there. Keep moving up a little more here. In a second, we'll see. There are definitely some big white birds on that center island in the middle there. Those are called pink-backed pelicans. They will live in colonies and they all will herd their fish dinners into the shallowest water so that they can eat together as one group. I do need everyone to be totally seated down for me. We're going to move up a little more here. There's definitely at least one hippo here. There's one right on this side of this little island. Hippos can stay underwater without coming up for air for about 5 to 8 minutes at a time. So it looks like he's just got his eyes up and maybe just the tip of his nose so that he can breathe without having to remember to come up every 8 minutes. And they do weigh a lot. Hippos will weigh up to about 5,000 pounds. So instead of swimming, they will sink down to the bottom and they will walk around instead, which they like much better. Like that guy down there on our left side over there. You just kind of see him there and he's kind of moving away from myself. As we cross this bridge up ahead of us, make sure you stay all the way seated. That's very important. I do need everyone to be all the way seated for me before we can cross this bridge. We're going to take our seats, please. I do need everyone to sit down, please. We can't cross this bridge until everyone's totally seated because it's really rickety. Those are Nile crocodiles there. They are larger and more vicious than the American alligator. They'll grow to be about 20 feet long when they're fully grown. And they have a crushing power in their jaws of about 1,200 pounds per square inch. A whole lot. Let's go ahead and get off that bridge. There we go. We're gonna get away from them. They're a little scary. Wilson, this is Sybil 1. Over.
Just wanted to let you know that my ground patrol has seen a lot of elephant activity near the red places. You definitely want to check out that area.
All 10-4. Sounds good, Wilson. So let's head through the savannah. We'll see if we can find those red clayfoots that Wilson just mentioned. I want to see if we can find any elephants. Before we do, though, check out that tree on our right side. That's pretty cool. That's called an ancient baobab tree. Very, very old, probably about 1,000 years old or so. And hopefully we'll see some more of those baobab trees out here on the savannah. They're pretty cool. This is my favorite area of the entire 800 square miles of reserve. This is called the Serengeti Grasslands. It is home to lots of different animals like sable antelope and giraffes and Patterson eland. And it's a super highway for migrating animals like white-bearded wildebeest. We're going to move up a little bit more and you see this guy here on our right side, but there's a bunch more up here on our right side again. Just a little further up here. And there's a couple little tiny ones over here too, and they are pretty cool. Now, these animals are called sable antelope. They are the official emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Now, those ones that are kind of chocolate brown in color with horns, they are the adult females. And then the little smaller ones with no horns that are kind of tan in color, they are the babies, probably about 2 or 3 months. So really, really small still. This is another adult female here just next to us on our right side. Now, these sable antelope are very, very protective of their young. I do need everyone to be all the way seated for me once again. The unicorn. So you'll never ever see those babies by themselves because they will always have at least one adult with them at all times, protecting them from predators, warning them if anything's getting too close or anything like that. So if any animal does get too close to those babies, and those sable antelope might not be very happy about that. Now up here it looks like it's going to be on both sides of us as we come up here. We should be able to see them. One just crossed. Oh, it's halfway in the road, I think. Oh, a little bit. Hopefully it'll move out of the way for us. These are called Ankoli cattle. There's a couple here. It's like 3 here. We're going to move around just a little bit more here. We can see these 2 over here. One on our left and one on our right side here. These guys do have really big horns. They're about 6 feet long. About 20 inches around at the base. But they won't weigh too much. They'll only weigh about 15 pounds or so. They're full of blood vessels that'll pump blood up and down those big horns and cool those animals off on hotter days. Those cattle are also called a couple other things. They're called Watusi cattle, which is the name of the African tribe that domesticated them. And they're called cattle of the king since they were once used as a status symbol. So the more you had, the more money you had, and everybody knew. That guy over on our right side, that little shaggy grayish brown animal there, it's called a water buck. Water bucks are crepuscular animals. They are very active around early morning and later at night, kind of around dawn and dusk, but they are not really too active during the day. Looks like there's a few different animals over here. Let's see. Looks like a couple big light brown animals. They're called Patterson eland. They are the largest antelope species in Africa, and they will grow to be about 6 feet tall and around 2,000 pounds when they're fully grown. So they're pretty big. There's a couple of shaggy gray animals up here as well on our right side. They are called white-bearded wildebeests, and they are migrating animals. About 1.5 million of them will migrate across the savannah every year. Those little tiny light brown animals there are called Thompson gazelles or Tommies. Very, very small. They will only weigh about 50 to 60 pounds when they're fully grown. So really small, but they'll run about 50 miles an hour. They are gazelles after all. They can run really fast. It's like I see 4 or 5 giraffes over here. The animal in the world that grow to be about 18 to 20 feet tall and they're fully grown. Now these ones closer to us, let's go ahead and move up just a little more here and we'll stop. So ones closer to us are called Maasai giraffes. They are a little bit smaller, only about 14 to 19 feet, and they're a lot darker in color and a little bit more etched in pattern than that reticulated giraffe that you kind of see. Giraffes do have really long tongues, which helps them eat. There you go. There's that tongue there. Wilson, we're at Monkey Point. Over. Oh, 10-4, that's not good at all. Keep our eyes open for you. Now this is Monkey Point on our left side. It's named for a colony of mandrill monkeys that live here. Let's see if we can find any. I'm not sure if I do see any. They might be off trying to find some food or putting the babies to bed or anything like that. Sounds like we got some radio. Let's see if we can get a good channel here. There we go. Sounds good. We're gonna take a detour, I guess. Nobody told me the bridge fell through. It's not very nice of them. I think we lost the radio reception. That's okay, because we're going to cross this very rickety looking bridge. It should be okay, just make sure you stay all the way seated. We're going to cross it very slowly. Oh! Whoa! Hang on, everybody, hang on! Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh man. Okay, we are on solid ground. Let's go. Oh man, is everyone okay back there? That was really scary. Oh man, I thought we were gonna fall off that bridge for sure. Oh, it does look like we ended up over at those red clay pits that we were trying to find. I guess that's good. You can see there's hoof prints and toe prints in the clay. And that's because elephants will dig in the clay and they'll play in the clay. Sometimes they will also eat the clay as well. It gives them some nutrients that they can't get from other parts of their diets. All the elephants that do live out here are African elephants, since we are in Africa. And that means that both the males and the females have those beautiful ivory tusks. And their tusks will make them a very prime target for poachers, which is definitely not good for them at all. Be able to catch a couple glimpses of here. Now, there are scientists on the reserve that are studying the vocal communication patterns of the elephants so that we can protect them better from those poachers by learning more about how they talk to each other. We're going to move around here a little slowly here. Wow, there's a bunch of beautiful greater flamingos here on our left side. Before that, a couple of elephants over there. That small one in the middle by itself is about maybe 4 or 5 years old, that little small one. So not quite a baby, but as we come around a little bit more, you might just be able to see there's another one in there too. It's probably about 5 or 6 months, so really small. But these are beautiful greater flamingos here on our left. They are the largest and the palest pink flamingo species in the wild. And they'll get their color from their diet. They eat a lot of brine shrimp and other little sea creatures as well. Now, I think there are some these are all greater flamingo. There's some gray flamingos over there. Those gray flamingos are the flamingo chicks. They're the babies. They'll get their color when they're about 1 to 2 years old. We're going to make our way out of elephant country and over towards white rhino territory. White rhinos are Africa's single greatest success story. They used to just about be hunted all the way to extinction, but they are doing much better now, which is definitely good for them. Do you need all those little kids to be totally seated on your laps, please? These white rhinos are really big. They will grow to be about 5,000 pounds when they're fully grown. It's like these three here have been rolling around in the mud a little bit. That'll cool them down, gives them an extra layer of protection from the sun, kind of like sunscreen. They do get their name from the Afrikaans word "wide," which means wide or broad. And that refers to their very broad mouths and not to their color. So they come around here, take a look at their mouths. They are really, really wide. They do have really bad eyesight too, so if they charge, it's generally blindly, which is not good.
Simba, I see you at the junction. I suggest you go west. It will be worth it.
10-4 Wilson, sounds good. Those are Bontebok there on our left side. They are sadly extinct in the wild. Very, very sad. We're going to go just a little bit more here. So there's two over on the far right a little bit and one over on the far left. Cheetahs there. Cheetahs are the fastest land animal in the world. They can run about 70 miles an hour. They have really good eyesight. It's about 8 times better than ours. And they will rely on that sense of sight to be very, very good hunters. Probably the best hunters out there, since they can outrun every single other animal on Earth. Taking a little bath over there, maybe. This big rock formation up in front of us is called Kopis. And Kopis means little head in Swahili. Ooh, there's a beautiful Simba right here as well. Simba is the Swahili word for lion. Lions are really hard to see during the day. Most of the time they'll spend about 18 to 20 hours a day inactive, basically just resting. And then at night they will go hunting. Usually the female lions will be the hunters, and the males will stay back and protect the pride, and they'll take care of the cubs as well. There's a female lion over here too on the other side. That one we saw back there, that one on our left side now, that was that male lion, the one that's standing up right now. And the female is the one that's looking over at us over here. We're going to go ahead and move up a little bit more here. You don't want that female to watch you for too long because she's the hunter. You never know what she's thinking. There's the male though. I can stop here for a second now that he came over here. If he stops, then we'll stop. Kind of. What are you doing? There's an ostrich here on our right side. Ostriches are the largest bird in the animal kingdom. They will run very fast. They'll run about 40 miles an hour. They do have wings and feathers, but they're flightless birds that can't fly. These are burrows here on our left side. I'm not sure if I see any war dogs though. I see another ostrich here, and I think she's protecting something. Yep, she's protecting some ostrich eggs here. Those ostrich eggs are the largest egg laid by any bird in the animal kingdom. They weigh about 3 pounds each. They're pretty big.
Now we know.
What? Uh-oh. That is definitely not good. Well, what do you say, folks? You want to go help Wilson catch those poachers? All right, let's go. Oh. Follow them off. They smashed these gates and ran. Really not good. Make sure you stay seated. We're going to take off right now. Let's go. 10-4, Wilson. We're on our way. We'll be there as fast as we can. Oh no, there's some geysers up here. The poachers must have made these. They are really not respecting the wildlife or the environment around them at all. Uh-oh. Well, this is worse than I thought it was. There's even more geysers. Uh-oh, this is a poacher camp. There's nobody here though. Are we too late?
Oh, not to worry. You dropped them right into my patrol.
Oh, that is great news, Wilson. Hey, but how about that baby elephant? Did you ever find the mother?
The poacher friend will never get far. It's okay that the mother has found. Thanks to you, they are safe.
Asante Sana Wilson, we did it!
I have to go now. We have to get this baby elephant back to its mother.
10-4, over and out. Alright, folks, well, because of all that poacher activity, I think we're going to have to cut our safari short by about 2 weeks. So I'm going to drop you off. I'm at the nearest warden's post, and from there it should just be a short trek back to Harambe village. I think we might be pretty close to the warden's post, so let's see. Looks like we are. And once again, my name is Amanda. On behalf of myself and Kilimanjaro Safaris, thanks for touring with us, because when it comes to safaris, we go wild. Now here in Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye. That's way too sad and formal. So instead, we say kwaherini, which is Swahili for go well. So kwaherini, everybody.